Hello, my loves. Day 4 of the 31 days of Hecate. We're going to be talking about Hecate's softer side, her kinder side, through her story, the myth of her and Persephone. For those who do not know the story, I'll give you a rundown. So, Persephone was kidnapped by Hades, dragged to the underworld. Hecate, as the queen of the underworld, or a liminal goddess that can go between the underworld and the living, she was the only one that heard Persephone's cries. And so Demeter was the mother of Persephone. Demeter, of course, was like, my daughter's gone. She's very sad, mourning. Hecate came to her and said, look, Persephone's in the underworld. Let me guide you to her. So she, being the torchbearer, right, because Hecate holds keys, and then the torches as well. As the torchbearer, she helps Demeter through the underworld, navigate through the underworld to find Persephone. And then, of course, it came to be that Persephone ended up spending 8 months on Earth, 4 months in the underworld. But from that moment on, from her helping Demeter find the daughter and her helping Persephone and Demeter come back up to the top, Hecate became Persephone's continuous companion. So every time Persephone had to go down, Hecate walked with her and guided her with the torches, and every time she had to come back up, Hecate was there again coming back up. And I would like to think the conversations they had going to and from, now mind you, I'm a writer, so of course my brain is thinking of, but I feel like they're probably spilling all the tea. Like Persephone is like, listen to what this man did this time. Because I mean, I feel like, yes, should Hades have asked for a date instead of snatching her from Earth and dragging her down? Perhaps, right? But I could just imagine the conversations being had, like Persephone being like, what's been up, up top while I've been gone for 8 months, and them talking. I don't know if that actually happened, but in my head, they're having whole conversations and gossiping and catching up on what's been happening in each other's lives each time they're transported back and forth. I mean, there's stories of Hecate playing with Hades' dog like it's a full-on puppy, which makes sense because dogs are Hecate's, animals or whatever. But it's just, I can just imagine the beautiful friendship that they have. And it really reminds me of how Hecate is such a motherly, kind figure. And she's a lot of times not seen that way in like mass culture. Like if you don't really work with Hecate, you don't see that side. What you're going to be seeing the most is the warrior aspect of her, right? Is that dark goddess aspect of her. And she's fiercely protective of her devotees. She wants you to gain confidence in yourself, or rather understand that you are strong enough. A lot of the time she shows up to people of all genders, but I want to say those who are trying to tap deeper into their feminine energy. So I'm not going to make it around gender. I'm going to say those who are tapping into their powerful feminine energy. She shows up to them quite a bit and has been. I mean, I've been seeing videos where more and more people are being like, Hecate came to me in like a dream, or I saw a symbol and this means her, da 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 da. Like she's activating, that's what it feels like. She's activating more and more people to find their own strength and being like, okay, we need to now fight. But also to tap into your kindness and empathy, because being kind in a world that is not always kind takes just as much strength, right? Most of people say watch out for the nice ones, because the nice ones could probably also kill you, but they choose not to. They choose kindness instead. So be nice to the nice ones. But I think it's such an important story to highlight how kind Hecate really is, and just how motherly figure she is as well. When she first came to me, she went back and forth between warrior dress goddess and like more motherly crone vibes, right? And now in modern paganism, the three of them are seen as the three aspects of Hecate. It's very interesting. So like Hecate is seen as the crone figure, and then Persephone is the maiden, Demeter as the mother, obviously because she's the mother, literally the mother of Persephone. So they're seen as a three aspect goddess, even though originally, as I said, remember in day 3 when I was talking about the power of threes, originally she had 3 heads because she was always being aware of the 3 crossroads, right? But you know, spirituality has shifted and evolved, as has her story. So now she is seen as a triple goddess, as being three aspects. And those three aspects are Persephone, Demeter, and her as the crone. And what's fascinating, I think, especially about Hecate and Persephone, is not just them as individuals, but what they represent, right? Hecate is the cycle of death. But Persephone, in her way, is life, death, rebirth, right? Because she goes down into the underworld. When she comes up, spring, she brings spring and bounty and everything like that down for the winter again, right? So she represents that. And Hecate is the steadiness of, she represents the shadows that we have to face within ourselves, right? So Persephone is helping you accept that there are cycles of life and cycles of moments in your life that you may have to allow to die for you to be reborn into something better. And Hecate is showing you that it's okay to face your shadows and that she'll always lead you through it. That's extra beautiful to me. Why I love Hecate the most is that she will always, I'm gonna get emotional. She is always there to help lead you through the pain. You have to face it. You have to face the shadows, but she always has the light. And if she's not actually there with you, one of her symbols would be, the first time I saw her was in a dream, and it was her dogs. That was literally, they were leading me through a path out of darkness. I shit you not. Like, that's literally was the dream. And it's why I looked it up, because I was like, well, the dogs are significant for some reason. And so she will always lead you out of the darkness into the light. And that's the beauty of them working together, right? I did another video where somebody actually commented and said, I work with Hecate and Persephone. That makes absolute sense. And absolute sense for whatever aspect of life that you are in, that you need healing around. It makes perfect sense that those two you would work with those two specifically, because they're meant to be, they're together anyway. They're besties, they're friends, and they gossip about the men in their lives and what's happening and the new fuckery that Zeus has gotten up to in the upper world, because he's a whole fucking mess. Anyways, that's Hecate and Persephone, and it's a beautiful story and beautiful symbolism, and one more reason why I love Hecate, and I will always be down for her, 10 toes down. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for day 5.